now, Ophelia, what's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I've been so affrighted.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and purported that he had been loosed out of hell. To speak of such horrors comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
I do not know, my lord, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow he falls, to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so, at last a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head was shaking up and down. He raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as did seem to shatter all his Vulcan and his being. That done, he let me go, and with his head o'er his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of the doors he went, without their help, and to the last bent their light on me.
Come, I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings, as oft as any passion under heaven that does afflict our natures. I am sorry. What, have you given him any hard words of late?
No, my lord, but as you did command, I repelled his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I'm sorry that with better heed and judgment I have not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle and meant to rack thee. But beshrew my jealousy. By heaven, it is as proper to our age to cast beyond ourselves in our opinions, as is common for the younger sort to lack discretion. Come, go meet the king. This must be made known, which, being kept close, might move more grief to hide than pain to utter love. Come.
Anyways, something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so I call it, sith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles what it was, but it should be more than his father's death that have put him so far away from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. But I entreat you both, being of so young days brought up with him, and so laboured to his youth and behaviour, that you may vouchsafe here in our courts a little while, and so by your companies you may draw him on to certain pleasures, so as much by occasion you may plead. What thus afflicts him, unknown, when opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am there are not living too many to whom he more adheres. If it shall please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to extend your time with us a while, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties, might by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command. But we will both obey, and dig with ourselves in full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Oh, welcome, thank you, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
Hast thou still been the father of good news, Polonius?
Have I, my lord? Assure you, my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it hath used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that! He tells me, dear Gertrude, you have found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the maid, his father's death and our hasty marriage.
Oh, we shall sit in.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why, day is day, night is night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad I call it, for to define true madness, what is it to be nothing but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he's mad, 'tis true, 'tis true. 'Tis pity, and pity, 'tis true, a foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant him then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus, per pen. I have a daughter, have, while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience, mark, hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear. Thus. In her excellent white bosom,
Take this from Hamlet to her.
oh, good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou, the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, oh, most best. Believe it, I do. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet. This, in obedience, pray let me finish. This, in obedience, hath my daughter shown me, and more above, hath his solicitings, as they fell out, by time, by means, by place, all given to mine ear.
But how hath she received this love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so. But what might you think, what might you, or my dear majesty your queen here think, if I had played the desk or table book, or given my heart a winking mute and dumb, or looked upon this love with idle sight? What might you think? No, I went round to work, and to my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star. This must not be. Then I prescripts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, which done she took the fruits of my advice, and he, repulsed a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, thence into a fast, thence into a weakness, thence into a lightness, and by this declension, into the madness, wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for. Do you think 'tis this?
It may be, very like.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise. If circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed within the center.
Well, how may we try further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours here together in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I hiding then, mark the encounter. If he love her not, and from his reason fallen thereon, Let me be no assistant for estates, but keep a farm in Carter's.
We'll try it.
But look where sadly the poor wretch comes greeting.
Away, I do beseech you both, away. Abort him presently. Oh, give How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent well. You're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, for to be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For, if the sun breed maggots and a dead dog, being a god, kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord. Still harping on my daughter, though he knew me not at first, he said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone, far gone. But truly in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love. Very near this. I'll speak to him again. What is it that you read, my lord?
Words.
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 I mean, the matter that you mean, my lord.
Oh, slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that all men have grey beards, that their eyes are purging thick amber and plum-tree gum, that their faces are wrinkled, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. Oh, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, it's I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down, for you yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant his replies sometimes are. A happiness that often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. I'll leave him and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honorable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go to seek the Lord Hamlet. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord.
My most dear lord.
Why, my excellent good friends! How dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz! Good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. Unfortunate's cap, we're at the very bottom.
Neither the souls of her shoe?
Neither, my lord.
Oh, most true. What news?
None, my lord, but hath the world grown honest.
Then is doomsday near? But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friend, to deserve at the hands of fortune, that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison,
Oh, then the world is one.
a goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
Oh, we think not so, my lord.
Why then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Oh, why then your ambition makes it one. It is too narrow for your vast mind.
Oh, I could be bounded in a nutshell, and count myself the king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams,
Which dreams indeed are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
a dream itself, is but a shadow.
Ah, truly, and we hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows? Shall we to the court? For by my fay, I cannot reason.
Oh, we will, wait upon you.
No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants. For to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what would make you an Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I am even poor in thanks. But sure, I thank you, dear friends, and my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Is it of your own inclining? Come, deal justly with me. Come, they speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You are sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear or better proposer could charge you withal, be even indirect with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay then. I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold that off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I shall tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen melt no further. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises. And indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air. Look you, this grave or hanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why, it appeareth no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What is a man? How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. An apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of the animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither. By your smiling, you seem to say so.
Oh, my lord, there was no such stuff in our thoughts.
Why did you laugh then, when I said man delights not me?
Oh, to think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We coaxed them on the way, and hither they are coming to offer your services.
What players are they?
Even the ones who want to take such delight, the tragedians of the city.
Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
Oh, no, indeed, they are not.
How comes it? Do they grow rusty?
Oh, nay, their endeavor keeps in the want of peace, but there is, sir, an area of children, little eyes that cry out on the top of question and are most tyrannically fought for it. These are now the common fashion, so Barata the common stages, so they now call them. And men wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills and dare scarce come thither. There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands, come. The appointments of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show freely outwards, should appear more like entertainment than yours. You are welcome, but my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my lord?
I am but mad. North-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I'm your hawk from a handsaw.
Well, be with you, gentlemen.
Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too, and each ear a hearer. That great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clouts.
Happily he is the second time to come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
I will prophesy that he comes to tell me of the plays. Mark it. 'Twas so indeed. On Monday morning, you say right, sir.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When Roscius was an actor in Rome,
The actors are come hither, my lord.
buzz.
The best actors in the world, either for comedy, tragedy, history, pastoral, comical, historical, pastoral, historical, tragical, historical, pastoral, comical, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou!
What treasure had he, my lord?
Why, one fair daughter, and no more, the which he loved a passing well.
Still on my daughter.
Am I not in the right, old Jephthah?
If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well.
Nay, that follows not.
What follows then, my lord?
Why? As by lot, God wot, and then you know. Ah, masters, you are all welcome. Good friends, I'm glad to see thee well. Welcome. Masters, you are all welcome. We'll e'en to it like French falconers, fly at anything we see. Come, we'll have a speech straight, a passionate speech. Come, give us a taste of your quality.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted. Or if it was, not above once. For the play, as I remember, pleased not a million. But it was an excellent play, well digested in the scenes, set down with as much modesty as cunning. One scene in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabouts of it where he speaks of Priam slaughter. If you live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. Tis not so, tis not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks. So proceed.
For God, my lord, well spoken with good accent and good discretion.
Anon he finds him, striking too short at Greeks, his antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal matched Pyrrhus at prime drives, enraged strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of that fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to its base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword which declining on the milky head of reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick, so as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and as a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing.
This is too long.
Shout! Farmers with your beard! Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or tale of bawdry, else he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba.
But who? Oh, who had seen the moblet queen?
The moblet queen.
That's good. Moblet queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames of Bissenlin, a clout upon that head, where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all o'erteemed loins, a blanket in the alarm of fear caught up, who this had seen with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's stake would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, if she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport, in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, and the sudden burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look where she has not turned her color and has tears in her eyes. Prithee, no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Just out here, let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicle of the time. And after your death, you were better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We'll have a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend?
I, my lord.
Can you play the murder of Gonzaga?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow. Very well. Follow that lord, and look you mock him not. Good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome in Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
God be with you. Now I'm alone. Oh, what a rogue peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force her soul so to her own conceit that from her working all her visage waned, tears in her eyes, distraction in her aspect, a broken voice, and her whole function suiting with forms to her own conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak like John o' Dreams, unpregnant of my cause and can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my paper cross, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face. Who does this me, huh? Swoons, but I should take it, for it cannot be, but that I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or else I should have fattened all the region kites with this slave's awful. Bloody, bawdy villain, lecherous, treacherous, kindless, villain, no vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to revenge by heaven and hell, must unpack my heart with words and fall a cursing like a very drab, a scullion, fie upon it all. About my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malfactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous order. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks, I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be a devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to curse me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Circumstance, but from a mind he puts on this confusion, creating so harshly all his days of quiet, turbulent and dangerous lunacy.
He does confess he himself feels distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty badness keeps aloof and we would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman,
But with much forcing of his disposition.
but about man's most free in his reply.
Did you essay him to any pastimes?
Madame, it so fell out that certain players we are wrought away. Of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I believe, have ordered to play before him this very night.
'Tis most true, and he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
Thou my heart, it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and drive his purpose on these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, Leave us too, for we have closely sent by Hamlet hither that he may, as but by accident, hear front Ophelia.
Shall obey you. And as for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book, that show of such an exercise may color your loveliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proof that with devotion's visage and pious action, we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
'Tis too true how smart a lash that speech gives my conscience. The hardest cheek beauty with plastering art is not more ugly than the thing that likes it, than is my deed to my most painted word. Heavy burden.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and buy hopes of anthem. To die, to sleep, no more. And by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come.